Alright, let's talk about the top 10 movies of the year for me so far. And like I said at the beginning, for me, if you hate all of these movies, if you think my list is bad and all of that, perfectly fine. I don't mind you sharing your opinions down below. This is my opinion and this is how it is and this is how it's going to be. So I usually like to make these lists at the beginning of the year, but this year it's been kind of a crazy year of transitions and things like that have been happening, and me trying to sort of elevate the channel to another point and also working on my filmmaking stuff, which I will talk about pretty soon. But these are the top 10 movies so far for me. Some of these movies haven't released yet, but they're pretty close to releasing, or I think they're going to release this year, so that's why I put them on the list. But let's get on with it with number 10 on my list, which is Dead Lover. So this is a film that I got the chance to watch at South by Southwest. It is directed by Grace Glowicki. It says a lonely gravedigger who stinks of corpses finally meets her dream man, but their whirlwind affair is cut short when he tragically drowns at sea. Grief-stricken, she goes to morbid lengths to resurrect him through a madcap scientific experiments, resulting in grave consequences and unlikely love. Now, I will tell you, this is a movie that I think you have to go into the headspace knowing it is very indie, like super micro indie level, but it is just done with such a grace and such a love for filmmaking, especially old filmmaking, that I just couldn't help but to adore this. So really one of my favorite films I watched. So next one on the list is going to be a controversial one because I've seen so many people not really vibe with this movie, but it got to me, and that is David Cronenberg's The Shrouds. Now, if you hate this movie, I understand. If you love this movie, I understand. This is a hate it or love it, and there's no in between. This is what I think Cronenberg is like, his magnus opus of sorts, where he really is not just talking about the grief he feels for his wife who actually passed away, but also his life in general. And I really love this film and the way sort of grief and sadness gets pushed to the side in order to sort of figure out these conspiracies and sort of you distract yourself. And I'll talk more about that maybe in another video because I do want to get deeper into it. But The Shrouds does star Vincent Cassel, Diane Kruger, Guy Pearce, and Sandrine Holt. It says, inconsolable since the death of his wife, Karsh, a prominent businessman, invents a revolutionary and controversial technology that enables the living to monitor their dear departed in their shrouds. One night, multiple graves, including that of Karsh's wife, are desecrated, and he sets out to track down the perpetrators. And I really love this film. I think Guy Pearce delivers such an amazing performance in this, as well as Diane Kruger, who here is playing multiple roles, and also Vincent Cassel, who quote unquote isn't David Cronenberg, but put on those glasses and you're not fooling me. But really love this one right here. Next on the list is The Rivals of Uzziah King, which I don't believe has a release date as of yet. And this is a film that stars Matthew McConaughey. And I will tell you, once you see this movie, you're going to say two things. You're going to say, why isn't Matthew McConaughey in more things? And you're going to say, I think I could go for a chicken fried steak. This is a film that says, in rural Oklahoma, Kateri loses her mother and flees foster care. She reunites with past foster parent Uzziah King, who mentors her, revealing hidden skills. Facing devastating situations, Kateri, I forgot how to say the name, and I'm really sorry if I butcher it, relies on newfound strength to seek justice. Really great film, honestly. Really love this one, South by Southwest. Next film on the list is going to be The Surrender, another South by Southwest title. It says, a fraught mother-daughter relationship is put to a terrifying test when the family's patriarch dies and the grieving mother hires a mysterious stranger to bring her husband back from the dead. This is a directorial debut, and you have Colby Minifie from The Boys in this, in such a 180 from what she plays in The Boys. Really great film, really like grabbed me, and I was just sitting there horrified and also just sad. This is such a great film. If you haven't seen it, really recommend it, and it's pretty I would say emotional as well, so just know that going in this one. Final Destination Bloodlines. If this was the list of the most surprising films of the year, this would be number one, because never did I think they would make such a great Final Destination film, and I was honestly scared going into this one. I thought that this was not going to hit, that this was not going to be it, but it truly is it. Plagued by violent recurring nightmare, college student Stephanie heads home to track down the one person who might be able to break the cycle and save her family from the grisly demise that inevitably awaits all of them. And honestly, I think this was such a great way to sort of wrap up the series, especially for the character of Tony Todd, and just a great send-off to such an amazing, iconic actor. Really love this one right here. Sinners comes at number 5, and I know a lot of people got mad at me on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you go follow me over there. We had some fun over there going on. But I did say that Bring Her Back was the top horror movie of the year, and people were mad that I don't think Sinners is. But like I said, we're all open to opinions, but I still think Sinners is a top 10 movie so far of the year. It really does deliver on a cinematic level. I think that every actor here is at 100%. I really love Coogler's vision being brought here. The music is incredible. Probably the best thing about the whole movie is the music. Beautiful, beautiful work here. And it's at number 5 on my list right now. Friendship probably has to be the best theatrical experience I've had so far. Saw this at South by Southwest at the Paramount. If you ever go to South by Southwest, or if you've been to South by Southwest, you know the Paramount is where things just go crazy. Crowd is just nuts, and honestly, love it, love it, love it. I need more movies with these two right here. Together is a film I also saw at South by Southwest. There's a ton of movies here from South by Southwest. I think there's like 4 or 5, but South by Southwest truly is one of my favorite film festivals, just festivals in general. But I did see Together there. Alison Brie, Dave Franco in this very body horror comedy of sorts. I think it does dive deeper into comedy, and I really do love that. I think Alison Brie is so hilarious, as well as Dave Franco, especially Together, where they play a couple here, and of course they're a real life couple, so the chemistry is undeniable. And I really love this story, the way it's told. It is such a fascinating look at sort of dependency that couples may have, and I don't want to spoil too much. It truly gets bizarre, and it does have, I think, some of the most frightening images all year. Number 2 on my list is Presence, and this is my favorite Steven Soderbergh film this year. Black Bag was cool. It's a top 20, but it's not a top 10, but I think Presence really is something else. I really love the way the story evolves throughout, and the point of view of the Presence really adds even more to it. Almost like a voyeuristic family drama type of film right here, which I thought was fascinating and added a bit more to the horrors. Really love this one. Such a well-crafted script as well. But number 1 on my list is going to be Bring Her Back, which comes out this Friday. Check out our review if you haven't already. We do have a spoiler video coming out probably today or tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell to know when that comes out. The Philippou brothers do it again, and in my opinion, this is way better than Talk to Me. I know a lot of people are going back and forth between Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, but I truly think Bring Her Back is a lot tighter. There's a lot more going into it. It does have a much more amazing punch, I would say, by the end of it than Talk to Me did, and I was really so fascinated that these two were able to sort of do a 180 from the tone and the feeling that Talk to Me had. Really love this one, and cannot wait for more people to watch it. I'll definitely be checking it out again. But those are my top 10 of the year so far. We're halfway through the year. We still got a ton of movies to go, and this might switch around, move around, but honestly, we'll see. Let me know your top 10, your top 5, or your favorite film in the comments down below. Very curious to see what everybody else thinks. I just love talking movies. You can check me out on Letterboxd. That's where I did the list, and that's where I usually post my things. I don't do ratings, but I do sometimes write a little bit. I'll try my best to write about all of these films because I don't think I have, and I want to get a little better at sort of cross-promoting and things like that. That's a big goal of me. That's a big goal for me this year. But as always, that's going to do it for me. I'll see all of you next time. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Stay safe, stay positive.